Hi everyone, welcome back. In today's video, we are going to discuss about ClickHouse Cloud and its options available to us on different cloud providers, Azure, AWS, and GCP. So ClickHouse Cloud is a powerful analytic database service available on different cloud providers and enables users to handle large volumes of data efficiently, providing real-time analytics and insights. So what is ClickHouse? ClickHouse is a columnar database management system for real-time online analytical processing, also known as OLAP, and recently ClickHouse launched its services on different cloud providers, which can help people in offloading, deployment, and maintenance tasks, meaning users just need to manage their data and do their queries and all. And the underlying resources like compute and storage will be managed by the ClickHouse, and its data processing capabilities in the analytical solution is well known. It efficiently compresses data and allows fast query processing, making it suitable for big data. So, what are the benefits of ClickHouse Cloud on Azure, AWS, and GCP? Number one benefit which we get is scalability. We can easily scale from small set of resources like compute and storage to a large compute and storage automatically. We just have to set up minimum and maximum compute the instance can go over. The second benefit which we get is cost effectiveness. With the pay-as-you-go model pricing, we get charged for only for what we use, and we don't have to pay upfront cost. Also, when a service or instance is not being utilized, it gets idle, meaning as if service is in stop state and we don't get charged. The third benefit which we get is the enhanced security. So ClickHouse takes relevant security measures to protect sensitive data and ensure compliance. So let's understand more on the pricing of the ClickHouse Cloud and the various regions we get available for the different cloud providers. For that, we'll search for pricing ClickHouse Cloud. Alright, so in the AWS side, we get these many regions right now available. ClickHouse is adding more regions as they are getting requests for. So for AWS variant, we get three options available for us, and respective of that, we have pricing tiers. We have development, production, and dedicated. For dedicated, we have to contact the ClickHouse team. In the development side, it's good for smaller workloads. We get up to 1 terabyte storage and up to 16 gigs total RAM. It's a burstable CPU, backups every 24 hours retained for 1 day. In the production side, we get unlimited storage, 24 gigabytes minimum memory and above, and a dedicated CPU and a backup every 24 hours, retained for 2 days. In the Azure side, we have only three regions available right now and only two versions, production and dedicated. If we scroll below, if you want to check the monthly cost, let's select one of the cloud and the region West US 3, and we say like our instance is going to be active for 8 hours and we are using storage 500 gigabytes and the minimum compute storage is 24 and the maximum 48 gigabytes RAM it can auto scale to out of the available options. So this is going to be a monthly cost, 235 being the minimum compute size, and if our instance is utilizing the 48 gigabytes RAM, we are going to get charged up to $466. Now let's proceed with how can we create the ClickHouse Cloud for Microsoft Azure. In the Microsoft Azure, let's create a resource group where we are going to create all the resources. Click on create, ClickHouse Cloud, and the region as we saw earlier, it's available only on three locations. So let's choose one of the locations, West US 3. Next tag, review and create. Go to resource group. Now to create, search ClickHouse Cloud in the search bar. We will be able to see the service under marketplace. Let's choose this one. Let's choose the resource group which we just created. Let's give it a name, ClickHouse DB. We're going to choose a 1 month subscription and a recurring billing off because we don't want it to get renewed for our testing purposes. Let's click on next. Subscribe. Now let's wait until this is created and we can configure account when this option gets popped up. Okay, we see an option now to configure account. Let's click on this one. So this is the option you get when you first subscribe. What you need to do is, if you are doing it for first time, click on register and put up your email and then password. I have already logged in, so I will just use my credentials. So when you're doing it for first time, you need to add the billing address. I'm going to use a random address. Complete sign up. Alright, so now the first thing which you need to do is create new service. So it's already selected because we have subscribed, and choose the region wherever you want to deploy the service. Let's choose the service name. As we already saw, the only option we get is the production. Dedicated, we have to contact the ClickHouse Cloud. Let's choose the production one. Scaling and idling. Let's choose the minimum vertical scaling 8 gigabytes and the maximum 16. So it's going to scale up and down in these thresholds. Under idling option 10 minutes. So whenever it sees our service is not being utilized, it's going to turn the service idle after 10 minutes. And let's create a service. In here we can add the IP addresses, and from there only we can access the services. Right now let's leave it empty because we want it to connect it from anywhere for now. Let's continue. Let's download the database credentials. Again continue. So meanwhile it's getting provisioning. Let's explore the various options we get. Let's go to settings. In the setting option, we can increase the vertical scaling, we can change the idling options, we can change the backup configuration. Right now it being getting backed up for 24 hours and the retention is 1 day. We can add the IPs, we can set up private endpoints, which we are going to do it later on. We can also reset the password from here. The monitoring side, we can see the status of our service. So under organization, if you want to add different users to have access to this, you need to go to users and roles, and you can just invite members like for cloud with and you need to specify a role like an admin or developer, or what the user is going to manage the task, and then send invite. Let's go back, and the service is deployed and it's running. Under SQL console, you can run different queries, and under data sources, ClickHouse provides you various resources for which we can integrate, and you can set up any one of them and have the integration enabled. Now, this is all about our cloud interface for ClickHouse. Now, let's see how can we configure private endpoint to have private connection from our Azure cloud service to ClickHouse Cloud. To set up private endpoint, we need to go to private endpoints under organizations. Add new endpoint. Let's choose our Azure and region where our service is deployed. We need to copy this value. Let's go back to Azure and see what else we have to deploy in it. In the Azure side, we need to create a private endpoint. Click on create. Let's choose a resource group. Give it a name, private endpoint, ClickHouse DB. The region as West US 3. Next, resource. Under resource section, we need to select the Azure resource ID and paste the value which we copied from here. Next, virtual network. So virtual network is already selected. I have created a test VNet and a subnet. Next, select DNS. Next, tags and review and create. What private endpoint does is it creates a network interface card and attaches itself to the VNet which you have selected, and via that way it connects to the ClickHouse service privately as if it's part of your internal network. So this is created. Let's go to resource. So the next thing what we need to create is a private DNS zone. Let's click on create. So let's choose this value till here. Let's choose the resource group. Let's paste this value which we copied, and we need to add in the prefix the region where our service is deployed. Like in this case, it's West US 3. So we are going to use West US 3. Alright, so let's click on next. Next tag and review and create. This is deployed. Let's go to the resource. Under record set, we need to create a record. Click on add. Use the name star and an address record, and the TTL let's use 3600. Under IP address, You need to paste the IP address from the private endpoint. Like in this case, we have this value and add. Right now you can see under private endpoint, the connection state is pending because we need to add the endpoint ID under here and add it to the service. If you manage your own DNS servers, you need to make these entries in your DNS server. You need to create a forward lookup zone and add the IP address of your private endpoint. What else we need to do is create a virtual network link. Private link. Subscription, choose where your VNet is. I'll choose my VNet for ClickHouse testing and create. So what this will do is it will resolve the DNS to the private IP address of the private endpoint and can establish a private connection. So this is completed. Now let's go back to the private endpoint. Click on the endpoint. We need to copy the GUID of the endpoint. For that, we need to go to the JSON view and copy this value. Let's go to the interface. In here, on organizations and private endpoint, we need to add the ID which we just copied and create endpoint. So right now you can see it's added and the service is 0. And it is 0 because we need to still add endpoint to the service we created. Let's go back to the settings. Under this instance, click on this one and the settings, and under private endpoint, setup, endpoint ID, choose the one which we just added and create endpoint. So after adding this value, what we get is a DNS name. So whenever we use this DNS name, this will resolve to the private IP address of our private endpoint. So this is how you can set up private connection, and data flow will go privately from your cloud service, in this case Azure, to ClickHouse Cloud. And now if you go back to the private endpoint, we can see the connection status is in approved status now. And that's all for this one. In this video, we have seen how can we create ClickHouse Cloud for Azure and set up private endpoint to have private connection from our cloud service Azure to ClickHouse Cloud. Thank you everyone for watching this video, and stay tuned for the next one in which we are going to set up ClickHouse Cloud for AWS.